myhappydesires.com. Visit us at myhappydesires.com and add some toys to your toy box. Let your imagination be the guide to your stress relief. myhappydesires.com has everything for the perfect play night. Alone or not, you choose. Fuel your desires without breaking the bank. myhappydesires.com.
Hello, this is Clementine from Visions of Atlantis, and you're watching CMS TV.
It's Armored Saint right here on your classic metal show from the Symbol of Salvation release. That is Last Train Home, and kicking off the show tonight, we heard W.A.S.P with Inside the Electric Circus, and stepping up to the mic here at this circus known as the Classic Metal Show is the co-ringmaster, Chris Aiken. What's going on there, Chris?
What is up, sir? How we doing?
I'm well. Ready to knock this one out of the park compared to last week.
Well, you should be ready to. There's been plenty of music news and shit going on, including you getting out there, biggest band in the world, announcing tours. You know, me buying tickets to a tour I said I would never buy tickets to.
Wow,
lots of shit.
Look at that.
Lots of shit going on.
Yeah, feeling good. Got out of the house, last night a little bit, and got out of the house today, and I just sitting around too long is just not good for me. That's not a good thing for me.
Right.
And I realized that after last week's show. So it's just like, yeah, two days of downtime, too much.
Yep. Well, that's why you shook the rust off last night, right?
Yeah, I did. I had a great time last night. As a lot of people are aware, I ventured out to see W.A.S.P with Armored Saint in support, and fantastic show. Fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I met up with Sal and the lovely Taylor, and we all ventured out to the show together, and we had a really great time.
Nice. Did you guys just do the show, or did you guys go get some dinner first, or what you do?
Well, I picked Taylor up.
Okay.
And we drove out to St. Charles, where the show was, at the Arcada Theater.
Right.
And Sal was already out there. He had gotten a room out there, and he was I don't know, he was about an hour ahead of us. Well, okay. we had about an hour and 15 minutes before the show started, and we were out there. So we decided, well, I hadn't eaten all day. Taylor hadn't eaten all day. So, well, let's go find somewhere, get something to eat. So
right.
This St. Charles area, it's kind of an upper scale, very white suburban area.
Okay.
And so they got all kinds of bars and restaurants. The little downtown area is kind of designed for walking, and there's all these little boutique bars, individual bars and restaurants and things down there, so you kind of have your choice.
Right.
So we settled on a Mediterranean restaurant over there, and I'm dressed up in my stage
rock gear,
my rock gear, and
right.
Taylor's all decked out in her rock gear. She's got the battle jacket on with all the names of the bands, leather jacket, leather pants, high heels, all dolled up like a little rocker girl.
Right.
And so we walk into this place, and of course the looks of like, who the fuck are these two? I mean, you could see it right away. Right away. It's just like, who the fuck? They're just like staring. So we sat down, and we got some wine, and we're just sitting there having some dinner. And I was thinking, it's really strange. I haven't heard a thing from Sal.
Okay.
Here it is. It's like, I don't know, 45 minutes before showtime, and I haven't heard a peep from him. And it's just like, I haven't heard from him all day. I had the tickets because I bought the tickets for everybody.
Right.
My treat to take everybody out.
Okay.
And, I didn't hear. He didn't hear. So I text him. I'm just like, hey, are you out here in St. Charles? Where are you? I said, or are you passed out drunk somewhere?
Nice.
He went to a company Christmas party before the show.
Okay.
His where he works kind of let out early, and they went and had a Christmas party, and so he dipped out early from the Christmas party so he could go out to St. Charles, and and thinking, well, usually he's like a maniac, like, where are you guys at? What are you guys doing? Where are you at? And here I haven't heard a thing, and I'm thinking, this is awful weird. I'm thinking, I hope you didn't overindulge at the party or something.
Right.
So he texts me back right away. I said, where are you? He says, well, I'm at the hotel bar, waiting on you guys. I said, well, we're down by the theater. The hotel he was at was like only a mile from the place. Okay. And he goes, I'm grabbing an Uber. I'm heading down. So then I guess he went to the theater, and we were literally there's a river that runs through there, the Fox River. And we were literally right across the river from the theater. We could look out the window where we were at, and we could see the theater across on the other side of the bridge. That's how close we were, not even a block.
Okay.
And so he texts me back. He goes, man, it's a shit show down here. He said, just hold on, I'll be there.
Okay.
So I guess he walked across the bridge and found us at the little restaurant we were at.
Nice.
And so he sat there, and I'm just like, Sal, pull up a chair, let me buy you a beer or whatever. We're sitting there eating. Can we get you anything? No, dude, I'm fine. Well, they had this pita bread with this I don't know, it was this spicy, I don't know, hummus
Okay.
bread, I guess. I said, Sal, help yourself to some pita bread and some hummus,
Nice. What a giving guy. Here's a piece of bread.
Well, I mean, it was all fresh and stuff. And
I know. I'm just kidding.
I wasn't going to eat it. So it was like I think this was probably the first time he ever had anything like that, because he took a big old swipe of this hummus stuff and opened up this pita bread and stuff. I said, Sal, you're just supposed to spread it in there just a little bit. It's just for flavor. You're not supposed to make a sandwich out of it,
Right.
So he just wolfed that down. I said, did you eat today? Are you hungry or something? Oh no, dude, I had food at the party.
I had 2 cubes of cheese and a cracker. I was ready. I ate.
I said, you're acting like a ravenous dog. Are you sure you're not starving? I said, I'll get you some. No, dude, I'm good. So I'm just like, okay, so we went over to the show, and what it always interests me, and this is not a brag or anything, but I'm always interested that whenever I come out to places like that, it's kind of a ways away, and how many people know me.
Well, you're on a fucking big show.
I know, but it always still surprises me to this day. It surprises me, because people come up shaking hands. Hey, it's good to see you, man. Good, glad you can make it. That kind of stuff. I'm just like, okay, man, it's cool. Saw some CMS shirts out, took some pictures last night.
That's cool.
So those of you who choose to wear the CMS shirts out to the show, I appreciate seeing a few in the audience. It's kind of cool to see that. You walk in, hey, there's a CMS shirt.
Right.
So I said hello to a few fans and took a couple of pictures, and the place was sold out. The Arcada Theater is not a very large place. It's an old vaudeville theater. I think it was opened in like 1926 or something like that. Okay. And it only holds 900 people.
Okay.
It's like a small House of Blues. It's
sure.
And place was packed. It was full, and we had pretty good seats. We had the seats where the actual theater chairs started, because they had like the orchestra area filled up with the
standers.
I call them conference room chairs.
Oh, okay.
And so we got the nice plush theater seats. We were back, I don't know, let's see, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, about 12 rows.
All right. So there was no mosh pit type deal?
No. It was all seats.
Okay.
Seats, Yeah, so we were back 12 rows, and we were direct in line with the stage, as I had sent you some video, as you saw.
Yep. And I'm ready whenever you are.
Yeah, we had good seats. We had a good view. Sound was good. Obviously, Armored Saint came on first, and I'm telling you, dude, I never get tired of seeing the Saint. Never get tired of seeing that. John Bush and obviously the rest of the guys, they just bring it.
Yeah.
I mean, that song, Can You Deliver? They live up to that every time I see them.
Yeah.
And Bush is such a natural performer. I mean, he is just, I can't explain John Bush, but he just moves to the rhythm of the music, he's just so in sync with what he does. And he sounds fantastic. He still sounds like he did from, when the Saint started back in the 80s.
He sounds exactly the same. Here, I'll play that since you mentioned it. Here's Can You Deliver from last night.
Yeah.
As soon as it loads, which might be a second.
Yeah, but I just love watching Saint, man.
So there you have it, John Bush.
God, man, he just bringing it, man.
Yep, just bringing it hard, man. Yeah, good stuff.
So, I mean, I've seen Saint at least a half a dozen times over the years, and always a great show.
Sure,
always a great show.
Well, from the videos you sent me, it looked like it was a kick-ass show, man.
It was, absolutely. So, Saint knocked it out of the park. It was kind of funny because we were in St. Charles, and John Bush, he got up there and he said, we got any Armored Saint fans in the house? And of course the crowd went crazy. He goes, well, tonight I'm declaring this is Armored St. Charles.
And everybody's like, woo!
So yeah, they knocked it out of the park with their set. I was glad to see John Bush was back healthy and sounding great, obviously. And look, those guys looking good, energetic. Just a very tight rock band. Great stuff. Then there was a short break, and they did the changeover, and brought the big mic stand out for Blackie.
Right.
And again, with the interview that you did with Blackie and this claim that this is going to be like a big arena show and all this stuff, there was really nothing that special about the stage. It was a bunch of scrims, a bunch of scrims around the stage. There was nothing spectacular as far as like any kind of lights or multimedia or any flames or nothing that stood out of the normal. There was really nothing that theatrical, let's just put it that way.
Okay.
It was a cavalcade of W.A.S.P tunes,
right?
And the backing tracks, again, I don't care that they use the backing tracks, but if you're going to use the backing tracks, at least act like you're not playing backing tracks. Because he's stepping away from the mic or looking away from the mic and stuff, and the main vocal is still going. like he leaves the mic like a half a second to a second too early,
right?
and he's singing, "I'm a wild child." He's like playing his guitar, but he's not singing, but the main vocal is still going.
Just keeps right on going.
it's like, come on, Blackie. I mean, you got to fake it a little better than that.
He ought to put on a headset.
Yeah, or an in-ear or something.
Yeah, well, I'm saying just in like a headset mic, whether it's on or not, doesn't matter. At least it's on his face all the time.
Yeah, but see, that's the whole thing. He hides behind that big
Elvis.
Yeah, exactly. And again, it sounded great. I mean the vocal, when he was singing along with his studio vocal, he just more or less enhanced the studio vocal track that they were playing,
right.
Just enhanced his live performance.
Mm-hmm.
But boy, yeah, it was just too evident. That's just the problem. It's just, and the thing is like the backing vocals, his backing band, they were singing.
Okay.
But where there were times when they were playing and they were nowhere near the mic, and the backing vocals were singing,
Right.
And it's just like, dude, you gotta play it up a little bit better than that, because it does come off a little bit fake,
right?
And I can understand that. And again, if they did a better job syncing up with the vocals and singing when the backing track is playing, it probably would come off a lot better.
Right. In the 4 videos that you sent me, does one of them show that, or do you know?
Well, like it's hard to see Blackie. There's a couple of them where he's right behind his big old mic stand, and you see him playing his guitar and looking away.
Mm-hmm.
And the main vocal, the lead vocal, still going.
Mm-hmm. Well, you gave me "Blind in Texas," "Fuck Like a Beast," "Love Machine," and the opening. Which one? Which one?
I'm gonna go with maybe "Blind in Texas."
Right.
Let's try that.
Let's try that. And I got to ask, is that a track or is that him?
Well, he's singing, but it's like he's singing along with the track.
Okay.
He's the backing track is just enhancing his live vocal.
All right.
But he pulls away from the mic. I noticed he pulled away from the mic a little bit too early on several things, and you could still hear his lead vocal still very clearly.
Nice. All right, here's a little more of "Blind in Texas." Here we go. Yeah, like right there, he's not singing at all.
He's not singing at all. He's not even at the mic, and he's singing, "I'm blind in Texas," and he's looking down on his guitar.
Yeah. He's looking to see what the next song is.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was very clear that he's not singing at that point.
All right. It's funny. All right, here we go. So I'm noticing that it's synced up exactly to the video, though, right?
Yeah, it's the video. It's the actual studio track that's playing.
All right, so yeah, all he's got to do is, it's like me singing in the car.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, obviously it sounded good.
Yeah, sounds fine.
It's nice and clean and loud and very succinct, but obviously you just saw it for yourself that he's singing the lead vocal, I'm blind in Texas, and he's nowhere near the mic.
Yeah, he's not even close. That is hilarious. So all right, let me ask the other question that we've been questioning. The set list itself. Now, I did look up online and I saw that you got the longer set.
It was a little bit longer.
But how long was it?
I think it was like 12 songs, maybe 13.
Hour and a half, hour 10, what?
It was about an hour and 10.
Okay.
Because I think Armored Saint went on like at 8:30. They played about an hour. So they were 9:30. Blackie went on at 10 and it was over just a little after 11. So
Okay.
yeah, so it was about an hour and 10 minutes.
All right, so that's not terrible, but it's
No,
still
it wasn't awful. It wasn't a 90-minute show, that's for sure.
Still an hour and 10 minutes of watching a DVD with some live guys standing on stage is
Well, more or less, that's what it was.
yeah. So all right, so let me just dig to the bottom of it. If show comes back around in a year,
Yeah.
do you go again?
If it's still the same package with Saint?
Forget Saint, just WASP. WASP comes back with whoever.
No. I've seen WASP. All right. I'm glad I went to the show last night. Now, if it's the same package, Saint and WASP, I would go again, just for Saint.
Yeah, but you'd go see Saint if they played with somebody you hate.
Yes, correct. Mm-hmm.
So that doesn't count. You know.
Well, Taylor was she'd never seen WASP.
Okay.
And she was so stoked about seeing them last night.
Sure.
She headed out again tonight for the second show.
Oh wow. So she enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, she loved it. But she just loves that nostalgia because she never got to do that.
Okay.
So for her, it's a new big experience, and her attitude is, well, I don't know how long these guys will be around, and
right.
I grew up with her father liking this music and being able to see these guys in person,
Sure.
as an adult for herself,
right,
it's kind of a big deal.
Now, what was the last time you saw WASP before last night? Was it Kill Fuck Die?
No, it was after that. It was when he was out with Metal Church. Remember when we met?
Oh yeah, 2005.
Yeah.
So even that's still a long time. That's God, that's almost 20 years.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ. So 17 years later, how same amount of enjoyment, less good, more good?
About the same.
Okay.
I mean, it's WASP. I mean, it's. I mean,
yeah, but
again,
one was actually WASP playing where the other is not.
it's let's just put it this way: it's WASP music with a show.
Right.
That's all I could tell you.
Yeah,
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I sent you a couple more tracks which we can play, I'm sure. So, but what was your other question?
I was gonna say, I think the biggest thing that Blackie did wrong on this on the tour was that he lied about the about the staging.
Yeah.
That's the biggest mistake that he did, was he wasn't honest about the staging, and because of that, I think people are being critical of that.
Yeah, well, I'm critical of it because it's just a backdrop.
Yeah, it's just a tent stuff, right?
Yeah, it's just scrims is what I call it. It's just a series of framing with scrims.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Yeah, I did not get that email. Nothing about WASP. I got one email from you about something else.
No, that's something different. No, I sent them all on the cell phone last night.
Oh, I've got them all. Those I have. Which one do you want to hear?
The other thing that I sent you by way of email, that's for something totally different.
Yeah. Okay. Which WASP tune did you want to hear?
Any one of them. I think I sent you 3 total, right?
4.
4?
You sent me Blind in Texas, which we just played. Love Machine.
Yeah, well, let's do the opening. Okay. Start on your knees.
Yeah.
Yeah, that started the show.
Well, here we go. I am going to fast forward this a little bit because you have about a minute of bullshit.
Yeah,
here.
well, I didn't know when it was going to start, so I had to be ready.
Let me get the. Here we go.
Yeah, so if you look at the stage, it's just scrims hanging down. It's just like, okay, all right, cool.
All right, here we go. Looks like a stadium tour to me. With what did he say in my interview? He said, "Oh, we're gonna have built-up risers and all that."
Yeah, it's like, okay. I mean, you're in a 900 seat theater. How elaborate could you possibly get? You know what I mean?
Oh, built-up risers, a curtain. It's all the same, right? All right, here we go. So do you think he recorded his vocals for this aside from the studio recordings or no?
I really don't know. I'm just thinking that they just use the studio vocals.
Because it doesn't sound as good as the studio vocal.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know if they used vocals on every song.
Okay.
Maybe on the ones that are a little higher or needed a little more embellishment, they did those. But I think this might be him actually singing on this one.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there might be others that they decided, well, my vocal performance isn't quite as good for this, so I'm going to need the enhanced, the backing vocal.
Okay. Yeah, he doesn't need it at the beginning of the set. He hasn't burned out his throat from the Vince kneeling of the songs.
but look at that stage. Look at the arena. Yeah. That's what I say, arena.
That's what I expect when I go see that big Metallica show in a year. I'm expecting this.
So who's Toomey saying is old? Me or you or
probably both of us? Probably both of us.
You're old.
We are both old. All right, you want the rest of this song? You want to go to a different song? There's only like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. And there you go.
All right. Yeah, so that's the opening.
Right. So then we got.
Were you stoked?
I was seeing a big stage like that and everything.
All those fireworks going off and all the special effects.
All that pyro. The elaborate lighting. Looks like bad Christmas lights hung up over the top of some of that stuff. Fantastic.
Yeah. Well, that was about the extent of the stage show right there. Nothing.
It's good.
I mean, it's W.A.S.P music, but I mean, as far as like this big production, I didn't see anything that spectacular.
I think you're missing it. I think you just didn't notice, Neeley. I noticed it there. It looked huge.
All right.
All right. Well, here's Love Machine. Let's check that out. Love, Love. So is the deal that as the show went on, they peeled off pieces of this thing, or
What do you mean?
pieces like, because now this has like a big screen in the middle.
Oh,
where
well,
the
yeah,
first-
they dropped the screen down behind so they could show the video.
Okay. So slowly but surely it's like a strip tease.
Well, yes and no. I mean, when they didn't need the screen would go back up, and then when they were going to show a video, they bring the screen back down. You know,
All right.
that's about it.
Okay. All right. Here we go. That stupid mic stand.
That's about the extent of what he did with that mic stand.
Right. Dude, when he points over to the side, is he pointing to somebody else to sing, or is he pointing to a sound guy to play a clip?
Could be both.
Hey, you play it. Play it. Here comes the big vocal. You sing it.
Right.
All right. Well, that's that one. And
then, of course, the most controversial song that he said he wasn't going to play. And in my opinion, they just basically played the studio track and let everybody sing with it.
Yeah. Well, Eddie even said he was going to do it in a special way. Remember in my interview,
there was nothing special about it.
Well, he said that he said in my interview, he said, well, we figured out a way to do it. That'll make it.
Well,
yeah, simple. Play it.
So this was, of course, the big finale.
Okay. Well, let's check it out. Here it is. Fuck Like a Beast.
About this. Those people have always said, you've never seen that. I mean, how can any grown man walk around with a 12-inch Segway between his legs and take that seriously?
What? Right there.
Where were we at? I pushed the wrong button.
You can hear the backing track saying, "I can feel your love," and he's nowhere near the
mic.
Yeah.
The funny part is, I wonder if he thinks he's getting into heaven because he doesn't say "I fuck like a beast."
Yeah. I'm not doing it. I'm just playing it for the crowd.
Somehow, I think if you make 900 people chant it, that's just as bad.
Yeah.
In God's eyes, but maybe I'm wrong.
Well, I'll give Blackie credit. It looked like he shaped up a little bit for this because last few times I've seen video of Blackie like over in Europe or something.
Sure,
he looked awful bloated.
Yeah, well,
but he looks like he may have taken some time to kind of get himself in shape to do this tour.
Oh, he might be just healthier from the alleged heart attack too.
Yeah.
All right, a little more of this of Fuck Like a Beast. Here we go. All right, here's my question with this. Is the big stupid mic stand specifically to hide the lyrics? Or do you think it's just a convenience that it's something he put up, but it's also convenient?
I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, that's just a guess, obviously, but but overall, I mean, if you like W.A.S.P music and you wanted to see Blackie in person, and regardless of he's actually singing all the songs, live or not, I mean, you got to hear W.A.S.P music and watch a W.A.S.P show.
Sure. It looks fun.
It was. We had a great time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not looking at it thinking, man, I would have fucking hated myself if I was there. It looks like it would have been fun.
We had a great time, and after the show was over, it was still early enough to where we were able to walk down the street and find an open bar.
Okay.
And went down there, and Sal and I and Taylor, we all just went to the bar and had a couple last cocktails before the evening was over, and sat down there and just kind of ragging on Sal a little bit.
How does that happen?
we were giving him the business.
Nice.
But we had a great time, and the show was fun. The bands were good. The crowd was good. The weather was very mild.
Yeah.
I mean, we weren't freezing our asses off. It wasn't like blowing rain or snow or anything. And the convenience of the theater being down in the little downtown area where there are bars and restaurants you could just walk right to and hang out and stuff. It was good. Well,
that's cool. Looks like you guys had a fun time. So
we did. I was really looking forward to it. It's hard to believe I held on to those tickets for like 11 months.
Well, I'm about to beat you.
Well, I know. That's why I was going into the segue here since you threw that out there. So, but anyway, that wraps up my W.A.S.P review, and I want to say thanks to everybody who stopped up and said hello last night and wearing the CMS swag and all that kind of other stuff. It's cool to meet fans, and appreciate you wearing the shirt, representing, and just being cool like that.
Yeah. No, that's cool. That's cool. And it's cool that you got it's amazing that you got to get out and see a show. And
it was a show I actually wanted to go see.
Yeah. And I could tell you were digging it because, usually I'll just pull the curtain back a little bit. Usually I always say to you every time you're at a show, I'm like, pull your fucking phone out, take some video. I say it all the time. Take some fucking video for the show. And I never get any video back. And I said it to you last night. All of a sudden, I was like, bloop, 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 bloop.
It was fun. The atmosphere was definitely energetic, and it was I was enjoying just being there. It was a great time.
Well, that's great, man.
And that little theater is a good place to see a show. Because really, regardless if you're all the way at the back or up at the balcony or whatever, you get a good seat. You get a good view.
Well, that's cool.
And I've been to that place obviously many times. I mean, Dawkins played there many times. It's sort of like their twice a year stopover. So I know that theater pretty well. And and hanging out with Sal and Taylor was fun too, because we just had a lot of laughs, and both of them big fans of W.A.S.P and Armored Saint. So being able to go to a show with people who actually like those bands.
Sure.
That makes a difference too.
Absolutely. Absolutely does, man.
Thanks for checking out this episode of The Classic Metal Show. Get all of our episodes uncensored at www.theclassicmetalshow.com. Join us weekly from 9 p.m. till 3 a.m. Eastern at www.cmsradio.net. Participate in the live chat room at www.chatandkill.com. Once again, thank you for checking out The Classic Metal Show with Neeley and Chris. Hail and kill, fuck you, pal, and hand job!